41 NBC. It's time for Friday night football action. You're in the end zone, insured by 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. Drive more, spend less. Call or click today for a free quote. Also brought to you by 5 Star Automotive.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the End Zone, presented by Safe Auto. I'm Bill Shanks from FoxSports1670.com in Macon. Tonight, we've got high school football action from Macon, Milledgeville, and Warner Robins. We've got several teams that started region play tonight, and we'll check that scoreboard later on in our show. Plus, our Safe Auto Game of the Week, Lincoln County at FPD. We start with Westfield. The Hornets traveled north to play Stratford. Ronnie Jones' boys undefeated coming in this game. And you know, Jones doesn't get a whole lot of publicity around here. Westfield has won 50 games and lost 14 since the start of the 2007 season. And Jones has had only one losing year in his 20 seasons in Perry. They're good, and they might have one of their best teams this season. Let's see how they did against the Eagles. To Eagle Field we go for some of the highlights. It was Military Appreciation Night at Eagle Field. The flag brought in from about 3,500 feet. Pretty cool. And you know what? They didn't land in the trees, so I would have. That was pretty cool. Great job there by the folks jumping out of the plane. All right, here we go. Westfield will win the toss, but the deferred, and Stratford went to work early, drove down the field, and tried to knock on the door. Austin Simmons gets it to about the 4. Then John Mitchell, the quarterback, play action, rolls to his left, looking to pass, but it's going to be incomplete. Nice defense by Westfield. The Eagles had to go for 3, and they get the field goal. Chip shot for 3 points, and it's 3-0. Eagles out on top, and the kids are absolutely delirious. Now Westfield with the ball. They get it to the Stratford 4. Evan Williams to Reed Hudson, and he's going to get it in to the end zone. Well, no, almost in the end zone. He gets it right there for the run. That's 6 points, plus the PAT made it 7-3 Hornets. Out on top, then Westfield again. They would get it back, drive down the field. Nice pass here, but it's incomplete. And then Landon Beeman is going to go for the field goal, and it's up and good, and the Hornets were up by the score of 10-3. But Stratford came back. John Mitchell, the quarterback, would go to work and do good work. The pass to Sean Grossnickel. Watch this. 15 yards, and he's going to score. How about that? Eagles would tie it up after the PAT. The game was tied at the half, but the Hornets would win this game by 4 points, 17-13. Westfield now 5-0. The Hornets are off next week, while the Eagles go to 2-2. They are Edmund Burke next week. All right, let's stay in Macon. Mountain Sales hosted Valwood from Valdosta, and here's the good weather out there. It's a little humid, but it was pretty good out there at Mountain Sales. And the Cavs offense sluggish. Ryan McCauley sacked by Anthony Folkerts. Then Valiants get the ball after a rough start for Mountain Sales. Check out this run. Kerry Page, 50 yards on the right sideline, and he's going to take off and not be able to score. He's getting close. Knock on the door. Cavaliers trying to stop him, but Rashad Mathis would score for Valwood. The extra point would be good, and it was 7-0. All right, Cavs with the ball. Offense still struggling. Ryan McCauley launches it. Oh, no one. Incomplete. Not good. And the Cavs would have to punt the ball away right there. So the offense struggling early on. The offense did pretty good for Mountain Sales. Valwood's offense would push it down the field. However, Cavs defense just couldn't hold them. Page, again, another great run for Valwood, but the defense would step it up and prevent another 6 points. They would go for the field goal, and that would be good, and it was 10-0 there at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter now, Valwood, the quarterback, Tyler Williams, back to pass, and he's going to throw it, and it's going to be picked off by Ryan McCauley. He can play defense too. How about that? Cavs offense would pick it up there in the second quarter. McCauley to Will Jones, and that's a completion. He's got it right around midfield. Nice play. The Cavs are starting to drive a little bit, but then McCauley back, looking, and he's going to be tackled by a tough Valwood defense. They've been playing tough all year long, and Valwood will win this ball game. 17-14 is the final score. The Cavs fall to 1-5. They are off next week. They may need that off week. All right, when we come back, home games for Baldwin and Warner Robins. More of the End Zone brought to you by Safe Auto right after this.
Welcome back to the End Zone, insured by 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. Hit of the Week is brought to you by Ford.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Bill Shanks. Now Perry at Baldwin. The Panthers lost the Region 2 Quaddy opener last week to Mary Persons 14-7, while this was the first region game for the Braves. Baldwin bounced back last week with a big win over Howard, and tonight both teams were trying to get back over the 500 mark. They were both 2-2 coming in to the game. To Millie Vegas. Yes, Milledgeville we go for the highlights of this game. Our first quarter, Baldwin gets going. Tajay Chambers has the ball. The pass to Nick Jones, gets about 10 yards to the Perry 20, tackled by Thomas Smith and Noble. Then Chambers again fakes the handoff to Contavious Thomas, tries to run up the right side, but is tackled by Parker for a small gain. They'd have to go for a field goal, and it was up and good, but a flag on the play would bring it back. They tried again and get it again, and that would be 3-0. The Braves out on top. Baldwin gets it back with the ball. Chambers back to pass, gets Jones 15 yards. He manages to catch it with Smith all over him. Then Chambers to Goodman, touchdown. That's pretty good right there. Brandon Goodman with the 6 points. The PAT would make it 10-0. And here it is, our Ford hit of the week. Baldwin the ball. Kelsey gets the ball and is immediately taken down by Quavez Hill. Slow motion. It's hurting again. Field goal again. It's up and it's good. And Baldwin all on top of Perry. 13-0 at the end of the first quarter. The second quarter now, Baldwin kicks off to Perry. Marquez Thomas is going to catch the ball and on the 33-yard line. And watch this run right here. Watch him run. Watch him run. And he's going to take off. That's some speed right there. 67 yards, 10-5, scores, touchdown. And Perry gets on the board after the PAT. It'll be 13-7. Perry with the ball again on their fourth down, and Daniel Ward would get a field goal, and it was good. That made it 13-10. Braves still on top, and Baldwin would hang on for the victory by 12. 28-16. The Braves are now 3-2. They are at Rutland next week. Panthers now 2-3. They host West Lawrence. Now to Warner Robins. The Demons welcomed Evans to town for a Region 2 5A opener. Here come the Demons in front of a huge crowd. First quarter, Demons with the ball. Handoff, Danny Hike, 51 yards. He gone. Touchdown, Demons. PAT made it 7-0, and the kids were dancing. All right, here's our 5-star drive of the week. Second quarter, Demons with the ball again. Stratford drive on 33. Handoff to Hite for about 10 yards and a first down. Then 2 plays later, Hite again. Picks up 5. Tough yards to the 50. Next play, the handoff. Hite again up the middle. Look out, ref. Ooh, boom. I hope that wasn't Chucky Olson. Picks up 17 yards right there for the Demons. Then the handoff. Coming again. They're running the ball all over the place. DeAnthony Mack. He's going to go to the right side and watch this run. 20, 15, cuts back across to the 11-yard line. 2 plays later, Jaquan Burns would punch it in from the 1. That was our 5-star drive of the week. It was 14-0 Demons out on top of Evans. Kickoff after the touchdown. Now Evans would return it, and Rod Harris gets it and scores for Warner. Rod Harris is having a good year. He's been on the highlights a couple of times. It was 21-0 Warner Robins. Evans with the ball again. Option right now. Watch this here. It's going to be picked. The option's going to be picked off by Kyle Prizer. Warner Robins would get a field goal to make it 24-0. Later in the second, Evans again down to the Warner Robins 17, but it's going to be picked off by Rod Harris once again on the 1-yard line. Brings it back out to the 12. A few plays later, Warner Robins, Caden Johnston, the pass to DeAnthony Mack. How about this? I could have caught that ball. Are you kidding me? Nah, not really. 41-yard touchdown made it 31-0. All Demons, 34-6. They are now 3-1, and they host Jones County in a big game next week. We've got our game of the week, FPD and Lincoln County, right after this.
You're watching Stratford football on 41 NBC tonight.
Welcome back to the End Zone, insured by 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. The Drive of the Week is brought to you by 5-Star Automotive.
Let's talk about a tough region opener. How about FPD tonight? The Vikings hosted Lincoln County. You know Lincoln County, that program with 14 state championships, the most successful coach in the history of high school football in Georgia, Larry Campbell. Pretty scary opponent for FPD, but Greg Moore's bunch had won 2 in a row coming into tonight, and they really hadn't been intimidated so far by anyone. So here we go. Our Safe Auto Game of the Week, FPD and Lincoln County, Region 7 single-A game, and there he is, Larry Campbell on the field. First time in 2 decades he's been in Macon. We pick things up on the first play from scrimmage. Alec Martin for FPD, right up the middle for 6 yards. Then, after a face mask penalty against Lincoln County, Brooks Stroud keeps it the option for about 5 yards to bring up 2nd and 5, but Stroud would hit him with the keeper again. Here he goes. He makes them pay. How about that? Breaks a tackle, and he's gone. A 51-yard touchdown for Brooks Stroud, and the Vikings will kick the extra point, and the home team is up 7-0. How about that? Lincoln County driving in FPD territory, down 7-0. Ben Turner's going to be intercepted by Jonathan Raines of FPD, and the Vikings are in business. After converting on 4th down, Stroud drops back on this play is going to show he can pass the ball too. He's going to find Joseph Lingell wide open. That's a 35-yard touchdown, and it's 14-0 Vikings. But Lincoln County would come back, 3rd and 10 on this play coming up, and the quarterback Turner is going to be a little bit luckier this time on this next play as the flag man goes crazy. All right, he's going to find Letman, and watch this run right here. He's going to go 30 yards, shakes and bakes, and pops some people right there out hurt down to the 19-yard line. 2nd goal now from the 2. Mike McIntyre dives over the pile for Lincoln County and a touchdown. The Red Devils would miss the 2-point conversion, and it was 14-6. Second quarter now after an FPD fumble. It's 4th down and 2 at the 35. McIntyre says, I'll do it. Up the middle, 35 yards, touchdown. Lincoln County trying to tie it up with a 2-point conversion. Turner's going to find Glenn Creech wide open in the end zone for the score. 2 points. It's 14-14 at that point, but Lincoln County would turn it on. And after we would lead, they would win this game 49-27 to improve to 3-1. FPD falls to 2-2. They will host GMC next week in a tough game after they started out so well at FPD. We'll check the scores from all over Georgia right after this. For local sports talk on the radio, join me from 3 until 6 each weekday afternoon for the Bill Shanks Show on Fox Sports 1670 AM in Macon and online at foxsports1670.com. Plus, check out that morning show, too, with Charles Olson and Daniel Shirley every morning from 7 until 9. And tomorrow it's the Saturday scoreboard with the legendary Perry Como. We call him Bobby Pope. And I just got a little information. Sources say that some of the officials from around Middle Georgia, you know, the strike referees and officials, are actually watching the show, which is good, because some of them got hurt tonight, like the one earlier in our highlight package. I hope he's okay. And we're glad they're watching, so thanks for out there watching. Let's go to the scoreboard and check out what's happening around the state of Georgia. Tough loss to the Bears. They lose by 4 points, 27-23 to Grovetown. Houston County now 2-2. They are at Northside next week. Jones County wins tonight at home over Greenbrier in a Region 2 5A game. And they are now 3-1 on the year. They're at Warner Robins. All right, Northside all over Lakeside tonight. This is a Region 2 5A game as well. The Eagles are now 4-0, easy win over the Panthers from Evans. Also, Mary Persons all over Howard tonight by the score of 38-2 is the final score. Mary Persons now 3-1 on the season. All right, Veterans wins over Rutland. Veterans now 2-3. They are at Howard next week. They win 32-13 over Rutland. The Hurricanes fall to 2-3 on the season, and they host Baldwin next week. Also, Westside all over West Lawrence. 21-6 is the final score there. The Seminoles are now 4-1 on the year, while the Raiders fall to 3-2. Raiders are at Perry next week. Also, Central. How about this? Central will win 25-13 over the Warhawks from Henry County. This is a Region 2 AAA opener for both teams. Good win there for the Chargers, their first win of the season. Also, this is a little bit of a surprise here. I guess Lee County's pretty good. Well, they're averaging 46 points a game, so I guess it's not too big of a surprise. This was a non-region game, and Lee County all over Dodge County. The Indians lose 51-8 at home tonight. They will host Jefferson County next week, but a tough loss there to make them 3-2 on the year. And Dublin is 0-5. How long has it been since this has been the story for the Fighting Irish? They lose 36-14 over by west side of Augusta, and Dublin will host East Lawrence next week. Also, East Lawrence all over Josie tonight in a Region 3 AA opener for both teams. Josie from Augusta, they lose 53-6 to the Falcons. Falcons are now 3-2. They are at Dublin next week. Then Bleckley County all over Putnam County, 54-16. The Royals now 3-1 on the year. They host Crawford County next week, while the War Eagles are at host Macon County. And Macon County all over Crawford. Crawford's lost 28 in a row. And Northeast all over Monticello as well by the score of 24-0. All right, again, our scores here on the highlighted games. Westfield wins by 4, Valwood over Mount DeSales by 3, Baldwin wins, Warner Robins wins, and FPD as well loses tonight to Lincoln County. That's our show. Thanks for being with us. We're back next week for more high school football highlights. For all of us at 41 NBC, I'm Bill Shanks. Good night.